What's going on, everyone? This is Eric Haber. For those of you that do not remember me from the last couple of years, I'm going to be helping Chris out with this component of the Crown program. I used to coach my own AAU teams for many years. I had a lot of success with them, and I took a very, very different approach to coaching this level than most people did. I really embraced what is really an advanced type of approach to coaching, and we really focused on analytics and teaching people how to play right and teaching people how to shoot efficiently and how to defend efficiently. We kind of took right from the NBA and what they had learned and what had filtered down to colleges and what they had learned. My background, in addition to obviously coaching, is I'm a hedge fund manager. I do other actually sort of gambling related things also, which kind of all lends to my knowledge of statistics and analytics. So I brought that to the AAU program, and all my players have become much better educated basketball players, and the coaches have become much better, my assistants as well. So when I stopped coaching, I still wanted to help Chris out because he did such an amazing job uh, helping as a skills trainer, and his programs are so great that I decided to help out by bringing this to his teams as well, both trying to help him learn, help Mike learn, and help the teams and the players and the parents learn a little bit more about how basketball is supposed to be played from an analytical and and statistical perspective. Again, I'm not going to be able to get to too many of the games, so this is the way I'm going to be able to contribute. Um, so we have everybody set up in Huddle, and people use Huddle for different things. When you get older, you might want to use it for recruiting. That's not particularly interesting to me, but in any case, it's there for you. Uh, what's kind of cool about Huddle from your perspective is you can kind of build quick, cool highlight films to kind of just have fun with it, honestly. Um, and from my perspective, it breaks down these games for you once they get uploaded. So I'm able to do this statistical analysis and pass the information along to you guys. So the first thing I will say is that you all did a pretty good job of signing up. Two guys who are not signed up yet. One is Pavlos. So make sure that you sign up here. The other, I don't know if he's playing as Jacob. So if he's still on the team, he should sign up as well. The rest of you I do see is signed up. We will do a tutorial one of these days on how to use Huddle efficiently, probably in June. But for now, what you're going to expect is probably once every tournament or so, you're going to see this kind of video review. It's primarily was designed to be targeted to the coaches, to help them filter the analysis and information down to the players. But over the course of time, the players themselves really seem to appreciate it, as do the parents. So we are going to kind of tailor it to everybody, honestly. Okay, so let's get into this, and I want to go over specific numbers that we're looking for each game, for the season in general, and then for individuals. Okay, things that you guys can strive for. Now, what these numbers are numbers that, in my research, are numbers that you guys need to achieve, and this is important, to win games against the types of teams Chris is having you play. Okay. So we're going to talk about three different statistics. One, let's get to the first game. We're gonna start with these these New York games here. So we're talking about effective field goal percentage, EFG, turnover rate, and offensive rebound percentage. Okay. So here are the numbers you're going to look for your age group. You need to have your effective field goal percentage above 50%. Now, that doesn't mean just regular 50% field goal percentage. It means effective, which means that you get extra bonus points for making threes, right? Because threes are worth 1.5 times a two, obviously. So your effective field goal percentage is boosted by 1.5 for every three that you made. So your effective field goal percentage, you want to be about 50. Um, Turnover rate, you want to keep that below 20% for your age group. Okay. If I were really greedy, I would say 15, But for now, 20%. And offensive rebound percentage, you want to keep above 30. So these are the things I'm going to challenge you guys to do each game, okay, and during the course of the season. Now, as you'll see, this game was against a terrible team. So this is a good example of what it's going to look like when you're playing a terrible team, that all these things are going to click, right? You have effective field goal percentage well over 50, turnover rate below 20, although I'd like it even less in this game. And offensive rebound percentage, you have above 30. The next thing that we're going to look at each game is the shot chart. So what we're going to be looking for, and you're going to see me pound on you guys for this over the season, the types of shots that you're going to want to be taking as a team are either wide open threes, or let's just say open threes and layups, okay? Layups and threes. Everything else here is death, okay? All of these shots in these areas should be scrapped from your memory. They are terrible EV shots, terrible, let's call it expected value. We'll talk about that one other day. Terrible efficiency shots. You make them so much less frequently than the shots at the rim, and not that much more often than the shots that were 3 points. So these shots here are just awful, okay? So the less of these you take, you better, the better. And the number you want to be shooting for is you want less than 10% of all of your shots to come from these bad twos, okay? I expect at some point during the season, you give me a perfect shot chart where all you get is layups and threes, but the less of these shots you do, the better. So this particular game, again, against a terrible team, it shouldn't be difficult. You only had 2 bad twos. Everything was just perfect, okay? Okay. Box score. Let's take a look at some of the individuals. Let's have some fun here. I presume everybody had a good game. Let's see. Against the Edge, that's this game? Yeah. So you have Kyle 2 for 4 from 3, Johnny 1 for 3, Jadis 1 for 3. Christian, you were 1 for 3. 0 for 2 attacking the rim. Okay. Now what's cool about that is you can actually click through here and see what these all look like. So if you want to see all of your shots, you can click right through, and then you can, and you as a player and as coaches, so that's kind of a contested 3. Maybe that's not the greatest. Oh, it's the same one. Now let's take a look at this 2-point shot. This is a miss. So let's see. So you can just take a look at this. Offhand from the left side. Is that a good shot? I don't know. You know, this is a coach's decision. Honestly, that's a good pass from somebody. Good shot. That's a good shot, Chris. Okay. Anyway, what's cool about Huddle is you can click through here and see all this stuff. Okay. So overall, this Edge game, not really a lot to, honestly, to get into. I mean, you beat a terrible team by a bunch. All right, let's look at next game, which is Jim Rat's game. So you guys lost this game. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Okay, so you want to see what a bad game looks like? So 30% effective field goal percentage. All right, so that is not only going to win this game, lose this game, that's going to lose every game. Okay, there is nobody that you're going to beat with a 30% effective field goal percentage. What I do like, by the way, are these 2 things. Okay, so this is 2 games in a row where your turnover rate has been kept low, 15%. That's a good thing. Okay, if you could keep your turnover rate below, say, 20%, you're going to be ahead of the game because you're just going to be able to get more shots off. Okay, but the effective field goal percentage is extraordinarily poor. Rebounding was fine. You were above 40%. So what's neat is let's see what the shot chart looks like in this game. Okay, and that's going to be the Jim Rat's game. All right, so this is what is going to kill you over time. 8, 10, 11, 12 bad twos out of 53. Okay, I don't care that you made some of them. Okay, this is going to be death in the long run. Now, as it turns out, The reason why you actually lost were these bad finishes. Okay. 4 for 16, 5 for 12. And again, we can click through here and see what those finishes look like. But this is what I'm more concerned about. You must get rid of these bad twos. Okay. And here, these are all probably good shots. Now it just kind of depends on who's taking them and whether they were contested or not, whatever. But these I'll live with. These are no good. So again, if you want to click on some of these and let's look at some of these misses. I mean, someone's taking it right to the trees. I don't know what that is. Let's see this one. Yeah, these are some rough attempts here. Oh, no, no, no. See, that's no good. You got to be able to make that. Anyway, I don't want to go through all this, but that's something that you can do and click through whatever you think might be an issue. And these are kind of neat because you could then apply these to skills training. If during the course of the season you find that you're at an extremely poor percentage finishing from the left side, then you could work on that when you go to Crown or wherever. So this is extremely valuable. Let's take a look at some individuals from this game. Gym rats. Okay, so it looks as though nobody really shot all them. Ryan, 1 for 9. Okay, that's not going to work. Ryan, you are super solid. That is not happening again. 1 for 9. So again, you want to call him out. You want to look at his. Yeah, sure. Why not? So again, everybody's going to get called out. Everybody during the course of the season. But it's better, Ryan, you're a great player, right? So we can embrace this. Let's see. That you made that one somehow? Uh-oh. See, that one you've got to make. See, that's what I like doing. You can see which of these are just because, you're maybe not as skillful, and which of them were just kind of mental errors. Let's see. So anyway, that's a couple of clips. And again, sort of it's another, tool that you can use with Huddle here. So you can look at, say, turnovers. Does anybody have quite a few turnovers? Jordan with 4 turnovers. Um, do we want to check out Jordan's turnovers, for example? We can click through those. We'll pick on you some other day. Everybody gets their day. Ryan, today was yours, but I'm very confident that I'm not going to worry about you. Christian, 1 for 5 from 2. Again, we can look through those. If you wanted to, you'd click through them. 5 assists, obviously, very, very good. But overall, there was a lot of probably intimidation at the rim that you guys couldn't deal with. And that's why you guys had a poor effective field goal percentage. And that's why you guys lost. Very, very simple. All right, let's take a look at the games from this weekend. In Step Back Wolves, you won both these games. Let's take a look at this. All right, so this is a really good proxy for what a good performance is. So your 50% effective field goal percentage, that's right on the number. Very, very good. Turnover rate, 14.9%, literally right on the number, pretty good. And offensive rebound percentage, 33%, just above the number, pretty good. So this is a good performance. This performance probably was going to be good enough, to beat teams maybe even better than Step Back Wolves. So this is overall very, very strong. Let's take a look at the shot chart. Shot chart versus Step Back Wolves. Let's take a look. Okay, here's the problem. I want you to really look at this game as a proxy for what I'm talking about here. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 5 bad twos and 0 for 5. I mean, this is the type of thing that makes me cringe. Okay, as a math guy, you're taking the poor shots, so you know that they're bad EV from the beginning. I'm sort of glad that you missed them all, so that I can make this observation. These shots you don't even make all that often. And yet still they're only worth 2 points if they go in. So, and again, fun stuff. You can click through here, see who the bad two, whoa. Again, maybe that's not as bad because I guess it's a little more at the rim. Let's just see. Yeah, that, again, it's contested. No one's under the glass and all this. Okay. If you're going to take a two, get it all the way to the rim. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the individuals from this game. Individuals, we have from three. Nobody was that great. Kyle 1 for 4, Ryan 1 for 1, Nick 1 for 5, Christian. Wait, is this the right game? Christian, another nice game with 5 assists. I kind of like that. And again, you can click through here, see who you want to highlight. What's good about you guys, again, you didn't turn the ball over that much, so I can't click on all you guys and call you guys out for the turnovers. So overall, look at this, Jordan, 8 for 10, all at the rim. Good job. Awesome. Exactly what I want from you. Okay. Good job. All right, let's look at the final game, which was the John Blackgrove. Look. So this one, I want to call you guys out on because even though that you won, I mean, this team was pretty bad. This 41% effective field goal percentage, you might get away with this against this team, but you're not going to get away with that against other teams. Okay, so that's that. Turnover rate 21%, a little high, not that bad, but a little high. Offensive rebound percentage, you did really, really nicely. You controlled the glass. Let's take a look at the shot chart. Shot chart versus John Blackgrove. Oh, excellent with respect to shot charts. You guys could be prodigies. Okay, I'm really hoping that you guys embrace what I'm talking about here. Now, again, I can't help if you can't make these, okay? But I do believe that some of you are good enough to be able to make these threes. We got to just figure out who that is, and we'll get to that in a second. But as long as you're not shooting these bad twos, I'm chilled. Like I'm good with this as opposed to this. Okay. It just so happens you guys didn't make anything today. But the shot chart is good. Okay. You're not making enough, get in the gym, practice more. But don't get in the gym to practice shots I'm not going to let you take anyway. All right, so let's look at the box score. Let's take a look. Versus Blackgrove. So really nobody made anything. Kyle, 0 for 5 from 3. Not the best. Christian, 0 for 3 from 3. We got some stuff to work on here. Turnovers, maybe a few too many turnovers, but really nothing to speak of. Okay. You took good shots. I think I want Kyle taking open threes. Pretty sure about that. Christian, again, here's the problem. I don't know you guys from the past. This is a coach's decision, right? Do we want these two taking threes? Probably. Man, I saw Kyle play a little bit. But we shall see. Nick, 2 for 6 from 3. Pretty decent game from him, actually. But yeah, let's take a look now, which is some fun, overall for the season. And then we're going to talk about some statistics I want you guys to work on individually. All right, let's see stats for the whole season. And this is going to stack up pretty quickly. Now, you think that, oh my God, what's 4 games? It's going to be 12 games and 20 games pretty soon. So effective field goal percentage, 46%, not where I want you yet. And not even close. Got to be a 50% effective field goal percentage team if you want to be competitive in the tournaments that Chris is going to have you play. Turnover rate, I'm good with. All right. I think that we're going to be okay as far as turnover rates. And that's actually a tough thing to manage. So that's good. And offensive rebound percentage, I think you guys are doing well also. Effective field goal percentage is going to be a little bit of an issue, maybe. Let's take a look at the shot chart for the whole season. So overall, what do we got? 1, 2, 12, 15, 17, 19 bad twos out of 211 shots. You're okay. You're less than 10. So this is going to be interesting. I think that you have some good potential to to take the types of shots that we want, to take control and care of the ball. The issue is going to be is who's taking these threes. Do we have enough shooters? Because if you don't, you know what you have. I mean, it's not going to matter anyway. Okay, you have to find the best options to be taking these threes. So let's take a look at some overall statistics. And here are some individuals that um, you need to be working on as individuals. So think about this for a second. You want to be able to have a 50% effective field goal percentage, right? So if that's the case, how do you get that? Well, there's two ways. Number one is to be able to shoot 50% from two, right? That's your classic effective field goal percentage based on 2-point baskets. The other way you could do that is by shooting 33% from three. Okay, because if you think about it, since it's worth 3 points, 33% times 1.5 is 50, same thing. So if you could either shoot 50% from two or 33% from three, then you're in business. Now, then there's a role for you as far as the offense goes. If you can do both, then you're really, really super efficient. There's usually one kid on each team at this level that has a chance of doing both. I don't know if that exists on this team, to be quite honest with you. We're gonna try to find that person, but the very least, we need to find people that can make both of these types of shots. So at the beginning, I'm not convinced we're there yet. Listen, I know Jordan, you're a beast inside the rim. So you're going to make your 50% from two. Jordan, you are my superstar right now because you're shooting exactly what you're supposed to shoot. You're good at it, and you don't do anything else that you can't do. Okay, perfect. Okay? Everybody else is kind of weird. I shouldn't say that. Nick, I know you're going to have to be able to shoot threes at 33%. You're just going to have to. Kyle, again, you're shooting 13 of them. I suspect this is going to go up. Christian, again, 1 for 10 from three. That's obviously not going to be, sustainable. If you're only going to make 10% from three, you just can't take them. I'd like to think that getting into the gym and continuing to work on and maybe just natural statistics, maybe you're just better than this. So I wouldn't completely get rid of this. But someone's got to be able to consistently shoot 33% from three for you guys to win. And that's just the way it is. Okay. When I say win, I don't mean beating these teams. I mean beating and being competitive in Pittsburgh, being competitive in Spooky. Okay. So Ryan, very solid. I like that you're not taking too many threes, although I think you're actually better than some of these other kids, maybe. Nonetheless, you guys are off to a very interesting start. I think that you have a couple of things going for you. Turnover rate, I think, is a very, very strong thing. Christian, when you're on the court, you have to take care of the ball, and you're doing an amazing job doing that right now. And Jake, when you're going to be back healthy and two, like when you two guys have the ball, you're going to have to control this offense. All right. You're doing a great job already. The less turnovers, the better. The way this team could struggle is simply by not being able to make shots. So continue to take the right shots. That's good. But you have to continue to hunt and find the people that can take them. Nick, I'm confident. Christian, not sure. I haven't seen much of you. But then this isn't me. I'm not the coach. I'm not making these decisions. Chris and Mike, they're with these guys all the time. Anyway, you're going to see more of these videos from me. Hopefully I get to some practices. I don't know how many games I'm going to get to. And make sure you follow the channel to be alerted when more videos come out. And that will do it.